Hello everyone. This video is to introduce you to the new PowerSchool student portal. The state of Alabama is in the process of transitioning from our Information Now, or what we refer to as iNow, student information system to the new PowerSchool student information system. The first piece of this transition is the scheduling piece of PowerSchool. This year, students will log into their new PowerSchool account and register for their classes for the upcoming school year. This video is to demonstrate that process. Here in Opelika City Schools, we have turned on a single sign-on using your Google accounts to your account. To reach your PowerSchool student account, you will go to the website opelikacs.powerschool.com. This will also be located for you in your OCS bookmarks. Once you reach this address, this is the landing page. This page is used for both parents and students. As a student, you will come to this area right here labeled Student Sign In. You will click the Student Sign In button. You will log in with your Opelika City Schools Google account. Once you enter your Opelika City Schools account, username and password, you will come to the new PowerSchool information screen. Next year, you will use this screen to be able to check grades, courses, information, and all other information concerning your student record. For this year, you are going to use this to register for your classes for next year. Over on the left in the navigation pane, there is a tile called Class Registration. You will click on that. This will take you to your selection screen. You will be directed to the selection screen of the grade you will be in next year, as long as you complete all of the credits needed to move to that grade level. Each one of the screens are separated into different sections. These sections look very familiar, as they should represent the same sections you saw on your student registration sheet given to you previously. You must go through each one of these sections and select the correct number of credit courses to fulfill a schedule for next year. Let's go through the process. The first course selection you will make are your English courses. For each course grouping, there is a pencil over to the right. Notice the red exclamation mark. That means something has not been selected and yet a request is required. To complete the request, you click on the pencil icon, to which a new box will open. In this box, you will see all available courses for that content area and your grade level. As an English 11 student, these are my choices for English for next year. Notice the different items in the column. You have the course name, the number, which really you don't have to know, the course description, which tells you a little bit about what is in this course, how many credits the course is worth, and if any prerequisites have to be met in order for you to be scheduled for this course. Read through those carefully as you're making your choices. The one column that you especially need to pay attention to will be the credits column. At the end of all of your course selection, you must make sure that you have registered for 8 hours of courses, or 8 credits of courses. Once you have decided on the course that you will be selecting, you simply come over to the far left column of boxes and check the one you will select. I am going to select grade level 11 English. Notice it highlights it in blue. Once you make your selection, you must scroll to the bottom of the page where you will see the message. You may select one course, and you have selected one course. You can now hit OK. Once you have made that selection, it will place the course here, again listing how many credits it's worth. If you'll notice at the bottom of the screen, it will start to tally your request. So again, it requires you to select 8 credit hours. At this point, we have only selected 1. We must now go to the next section, Math. Come over to the pencil, select, read through the options of the math courses you may select. Once you have decided on the course that you would like to select, simply click the box to check the course you would like to have next year. Notice some of the course descriptions are rather lengthy, and you may have to scroll or even navigate through multiple pages to see all possible choices. Once you make your selection, again, scroll to the bottom and press OK. History is the next that you will have to choose from. Again, we click on the pencil to the right, look at our options, choose, and press OK. Science. Come to the right, click on the pencil. I have my choices. Notice on some courses that in the description it states that courses must also be requested if this choice is made. For example, AP Physics. In the course description it states, selecting this course also requires the selection of the lab course Research and Design in Physics in this group as well. Most of our AP courses also requires what we know as to be lab courses to work along with them. When this occurs, you must choose both sets of courses in your selection. So if I were to choose AP Biology, it also has a notation saying that it requires a selection of lab course, Research and Design in Biology. So I must scroll through and find that course. It's not on the first screen, so I scroll to the second screen. Oh, here are the Research and Design courses. Research and Design in Biology. So now I have created 2 choices for science, as that one AP course required both to be chosen. Once I have them chosen, I click OK. Again, you see it build my course list. Now for the electives. Remember that as students, you have choices of electives. Most of you choose a certain pathway to go down as you consider the courses that are most to your liking. Notice that these courses already have green check boxes beside them. The reason for that is we put the courses out there for you to choose, but you don't necessarily have to choose within each one of these types of electives. If you do not wish to take a foreign language elective, you do not have to. You can choose from Career Tech and Fine Arts instead. None of them have a requirement within a particular band. The only requirement is you must choose enough electives to fulfill the rest of your schedule for next year. Again, you can look at the bottom of the screen to see how many more hours you need to request. As of right now, I have requested 5 hours worth of core classes, which means I need to get 3 hours of elective classes into the request. So you will be doing a mixture of possibly half credits and whole credits, which is where paying attention to the credit values comes into play. Let's take a look at what these screens look like. If I look at the foreign language courses, I can come to the pencil. If I decide that there is a foreign language course I would like to take, all I will need to do is select that particular foreign language class. If you do not wish to take any of those courses, you can cancel out of that selection. Let's go to Career Tech. If I click the pencil in Career Tech, I can scroll through the courses, noting that they are in alphabetical order, and look through my options. Again, pay attention to the credit values and the prerequisite notes in case you must have taken some course prior to being able to register for the course you are currently looking at. Once you decide which course you would like, you simply click on them. You can click multiple courses within each one of these bands. Once you've made the appropriate selections, press OK. Notice I'm up to now 7 credits. I need one more credit that I can either find a class that's a whole credit or 2 halves to make that up. Let's go into Fine Arts. Here is where I will find the majority of my musical or band classes. Here I have a media arts course that is a half credit. If I choose that, then my only other option is to find another course that is a half credit because I only have 1 credit hour left to schedule for. Or if I choose to not look at that half course, then I will need to find a course that has a 1 whole credit to finish out my request inside of the schedule. I'm going to exit out of the Fine Arts and actually look at the general electives where it has all of the others that are not under one of those categories. I'm going to choose Creative Writing and Driver's Ed. Notice now my requirement of 8 and requesting of 8 are now equal. However, you're not quite finished. We still have an exclamation mark right here on the substitutions. When trying to place a student schedule, at times courses get filled before everyone who would like to take the course can actually be entered into the course. Just in case this were to happen to you, we would like you to input alternative selections for electives in case we are not able to schedule you for the first grouping of electives that you have chosen. So you'll click on the pencil for the elective substitutions, and you will be presented with all of those options again in one screen. You will have to scroll through multiple screens within this one pane to find the options you would like to take if those cannot be met. Notice that you need to select between 4 and 6 courses. You do not necessarily have to pay attention to the credits on these, as we will try to fulfill those requests based on the ones that were not able to be scheduled in the first part. Remember that it is also important to not take courses that you have previously already received credit for. Once you have made your selections and you see the green check, you can press OK. Once those are in there, all that is left is to press the Submit button. Once you press this button, this will send the courses to your guidance counselor to review. Over the next few weeks, your counselors will be meeting with you to go over these requests. A couple of things to keep in mind. We've already mentioned about the AP classes and being sure that when you click on those AP classes that you also get the corresponding labs that go with them. Math might also be tricky this year as there's a new course of study and so some names have changed. There is a flowchart on page 17 of your curriculum guide if you have questions about math. Rising seniors, if you took Algebraic Connections this year, you will take Algebra 2 with Statistics next year. If you are an athlete, or if you participate in some activity that required a tryout, please remember that you do not need to select those courses unless you currently participate in that activity. As tryouts for new enrollees in those courses occur over the spring, counselors will make adjustments to your request if you make the team and you have not previously been on it. If you have any questions, reach out to your teacher or to the counselors, and they will be happy to help you as we navigate this new process of registering for your courses.